Do you know what you should know? In my previous YouTube video on the 10 leading causes of death and how we could choose to prevent them, I shared Tim Russett's story. Tim Russett was a very famous, happy family man, a man that was fit, a runner, and weeks before he passed on with a sudden heart attack, fatal heart attack. He had his stress treadmill test done, all his blood works like he would usually do. And they all said he's fine. Even the autopsy showed, after he suddenly died, to the shock of all his family and colleagues, whilst he was doing his famous and passionate work, that his LDL levels, cholesterol levels, the one that's called the bad cholesterol, which is over and over and over proven in numerous studies that it is not a bad cholesterol. It is not a great indicator of heart health. But all of those showed his LDL-C was just above average before his death and in the autopsy. He passed the stress treadmill test, believing he's healthy, living a passionate life of purpose, and being very fit. What numbers did he and his cardiologist not know? What did Tim Russett's death teach the world? What insights did it bring that we are teaching at medical and cardiology heart schools today? You can look fine on the outside. You can be fit. You can live a purposeful life and believe you're eating a healthy diet. You can really have done all the tests that are currently still the norm. Yet, these could be deceiving, and it could be too late, like for Tim Russett. Young cardiologist, a cardiologist that's performed more than 16,000 heart surgeries, dies of a sudden heart attack. What numbers did he not test? What numbers did he not know? Dr. William Wilson is another cardiologist. Gratefully and thankfully, he didn't have a fatal heart attack. But to his own surprise and his staff's surprise, his colleagues, he had a serious heart attack, being on holiday with his family, being happy, being in a really great space. Also a very fit person, not extremely obese, not overweight. As he explains himself, very fit. His daily tasks, his daily work in the cardiology department of the Parkview Hospital is moving constantly. But he exercises. He is an extremely fit person. Yet, he had a heart attack. What did he not know? What did he not test? This is just one study from a researcher, a scientist, a specialist in omega-3s. He published the science that omega-3, a deficiency in specifically EPA and DHA, could be a much more accurate indicator of heart health and chronic inflammation which is underlying to all chronic and autoimmune diseases. Why are these numbers not tested? If your blood does not lie, why is heart risk to this day still the number one leading cause of death? In my previous video, which I will link below, it is still, by all science or research, the leading cause of death. My question is, if health is important to you, do you actually know your real health risk numbers? And is it important to you? Your blood holds more information and secrets than the molecules, the granules of sand in the Sahara Desert. More information molecules and messages in one drop of blood than all the granules on this planet. Yes, one drop of blood hides many secrets, but the critical information that you and I may want to know. My question again, do you actually know your real health risk indicator numbers? Or are you guessing or even relying on the wrong numbers, the wrong tests? Do you agree? It's better to know your health risks rather than guess, hope, or pray. My invite to you, an urgent invite. Your blood does not lie. Stop guessing. Start testing. Start knowing the real, actual facts according to science and research. And start a thriving, optimal life. A life of freedom. That is the choice you have today, to choose health freedom. If your blood doesn't lie and you choose to test the right numbers, you can drastically reduce your health risks today. You can choose to come out of victimhood. You can choose to break free from the shackles of wrong information or guessing, hoping, and praying. Choose freedom. Choose health freedom. You cannot distance yourself from the consequences of your decisions. No decision is a decision. Today, you can choose health freedom. This is a summary of numerous other studies of health research relating to omega-3 deficiencies. William Harris, Paul Reis, Davinelli et al., Mount Sinai, and different people's research was combined, and it showed that an omega-3 deficiency, very specifically less than 8% in the red blood cell, could mean a high probability of one getting one or more of any of these chronic and autoimmune diseases. The research shows that if your omega-3 index, it is a fatty acid lipid that forms part and is part in the red blood cell. It can be measured accurately. If that's less than 4%, fatal heart attack is one of the high probability health risks if your omega-3 index is below 4%. What we know from more than 1.5 million, the most randomized, anonymous, independently done blood test by one of the leading pioneering blood pathology laboratories in dry blood spot testing in the world, that 97% people's omega-3 index is below 8%. And what I have seen in South Africa amongst my patients and people being tested in South Africa, scary but true, 98% of the blood tests I saw were all showing omega-3 indexes below 4%. We're talking about 1.6%, 2.3%. Now, I'm asking you, do you know your number and where you lie in terms of this serious health risk? This study was published on the 9th of August 2025, just a month ago. And it was one of the most randomized, largest, anonymous, independently gold standard, peer-reviewed, published studies ever done in mankind's history. And it was done on omega-3 and omega-6 to omega-3 ratios. 590,000 anonymous, independently analyzed by the leading Vitas Analytical Services blood pathology laboratory, peer-reviewed, showed that these people whose bloods were tested from different countries, close to 100 countries, different diets, where they are relying on their diets, or they were taking fish oils, concentrated omega-3 oils, krill oils, cod liver oils. None of them were in balance. They were all at high risk of one or more of these health risks, including it's not a diagnostic that they will get heart attack, but the risk indicators are related to the omega-3 deficiencies that we spoke about a moment ago. Do they deserve you being healthy? Do they deserve that you do not risk any health risks? Maybe today is the time to test the right numbers and to at least know accurately your health risks. If I told you today that there are 2 blood tests through all the current heart risk, health risk science have proven to be the most accurate indicators of health risks. You can take these blood tests without doctor's prescription, safely, small finger prick test, 2 drops of blood on 2 different cards, and these can be analyzed by the leading top pioneering blood pathology laboratory in dry blood spot testing in the world, and you can get 2 different 18 to 21 page reports. The safety of your home. None of your biological information will be known because these tests are done anonymously and it's gold standard, independently analyzed. Would you care to take this test for your loved ones? If you, like me, are serious about your health, I invite you, click on this link and order your 2 most critical, most accurate health risk indicator, blood tests, and prick your finger safely at home and get your reports, your blood analyzed by the top leading blood pathology laboratory in the world, and know your risks. In future videos, I promise I will share with you what to do with the information you get, but also how you can effectively either prevent any serious heart risk or health risk, or you could shift if you find yourself in the red risk zone, how you could effectively, measurably, significantly shift towards and into the low risk and green zone of thriving optimal well-being. The links will direct you to a shopping cart similar to an Amazon or Takealot shopping cart, where you can order the two most crucial blood tests to determine your heart health risk and any other chronic or autoimmune disease risks. The two most critical blood tests to determine your heart health risks, as well as all other chronic and autoimmune disease risks, are tested with a balance test and the HbA1c metabolic risk test. These shopping carts include two of each of these two blood tests, plus the Zinzino Balance Oil, that more than 1.5 million blood tests have proved to be the only EPA and DHA and DPA supplement with the most potent polyphenols from a patented formula of olives, vitamin D3, vitamin E, tocotrienols, tocopherols that shift people from the baseline risk zone towards and into the green low risk zone. This is not another chemically extracted fish oil. This is health intelligence in a bottle, and that's why it's called Balance Oil. We've included two of each blood test so that you can retest after 120 days. If you have significantly shifted towards or even into the green, low risk zone, depending on your baseline risk zone, we know that 95% people shift into the green zone within 120 days. We also included Balance Oil in the order for you to start using it immediately after you prick your finger to have your blood tested by Vitas Analytical Services. We know that 97% of the world's population and 99% of the South African and American populations are seriously in their high risk zone. We want you to shift out of the potential risk zone immediately. Zinzino offers a 100% money-back guarantee and the best value for your money if you purchase on a monthly subscription. Recognizing that many people are out of balance and at risk, Zinzino developed a monthly subscription model that allows customers to pay the wholesale price instead of the retail price if they commit to the subscription. As research published on the 9th of August 2025 have proven from 590,000 blood tests that none of the omega-3 products, fish oil products, or diets from nearly 100 different countries bring people into balance and provide sufficient omega-3. We've included the Zinzino Balance Oil in the order so that you can immediately start nourishing your body with the critical EPA, DHA, and DPA your body is potentially deficient in. Zinzino offers a 100% money-back guarantee to anyone who has purchased a Premier Kit subscription and is within the omega-6 to omega-3 ratio of 3:1 or less. In this case, Zinzino will refund 100% of their money. A cancellation policy applies if anybody cancels their monthly subscription before the 7th payment. 950 Rand per product subscription applies in such a case. Choose the link relevant to you. We dose the balance oil per body weight.